This whole coronavirus has been a bit shit recently, so I thought I'd cheer myself up a bit by trying to do some DIY, and I'm going to take you along on the journey of me building this helmet rack. Perfection. Right, I feel like I should get this out of the way straight away. I do not know what I'm doing. I've not done it before, so you're really coming along with me for the first time. But these are the things I think I need. First of all, a piece of wood. This is going to be the main body of our helmet rack. Now I've got this lovely piece of live edge. I think it's larch or Douglas fir, or I don't know, someone will correct me in the comments. But it does actually need to be relatively long, because if you're going to put them side by side, they actually take up quite a lot of space. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to fit more than 3 on very easily. So this piece is going to do for 3 helmets, or at least that's the plan. And this, for reference, is 84 centimeters long. So that's how much wood I'm using. Next thing, obviously you've just seen a tape measure. That's going to come in useful. I'm also using a pencil. We obviously need a helmet to make sure that we're doing it right and that we're spacing them out correctly. We also need a drill and some drill bits. So I've got these Forstner drill bits, and I'm actually going to be making the holes in the board the same diameter as the sort of pegs that will actually hold up the helmets. And that's not necessarily what you have to do. You could always just screw in from the back, but that's just not what I'm doing today. So, is there anything else? Ooh, some glue, just to, you know, make sure that the pegs don't come out. Oh, it's so cold in here. Ooh, almost forgot. These are sort of round pieces of wood. I think they are actually old curtain rails, so they should be quite strong. What we're essentially going to do is cut off small lengths of this, and then that's going to be our kind of pegs. If you can't get your hands on any of these sort of relatively large pieces of round wood, then you could always just use square wood and either just carve it into a round piece at the end where it goes in, or make yourself a square hole. Get the chisels out. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it the easy way. First things first, we need to make sure we know where the holes are going to go. So, I've got a helmet. I'm going to get another one. So it'll probably fit one on there, one on there. Yeah, realistically, and one on there. It's only going to fit 3 helmets on an 85 centimeter piece of wood. Put my helmet where it wants to go. Mark the center of the helmet. Measure from the edge of the wood to where the mark is, which is about 13.5. And then I just need to put that distance on that side. So 13.5 from here. There we go. Now I'm going to measure the distance between the 2 marks that I've made at either end, and then we're going to go halfway in between there for the middle helmet. About 57. So 57 divided by 2, 28.5-ish. I think. That'll do for now, 28.5. Now that we've got our positions marked lengthways along the piece of wood, and I don't want this to look too shit, I'm also going to decide how far from the bottom, and we're going to make that consistent for all 3 as well. I suppose we'll just go for half of that. Slightly higher. You know what? No, I'm going to move it higher because I think it'll look better. We're going to go for higher. We're going to go for 7.5 centimeters. 7.5 centimeters, 7.5 centimeters. We've got to start thinking about drilling our holes now. I have these Forstner drill bits, so as you can see, they're going to drill nice big holes, or at least hopefully. What I need to do is find the ones with the closest diameter to the pieces of wood that I have. Part of me thinks that it's okay for the hole to be slightly small, and then I can kind of just shave the piece of wood down, whereas if it's too big, it's just going to be loose and it might just fall out. So if anything, we want the hole to be slightly undersized. If you disagree with me, well, let me know in the comments. That genuinely looks perfect. I'm going to go for this size. When I was first thinking about this design, I did think, oh, we could put the dowel, the round piece of wood, in at a bit of an angle so that it's kind of like, but I think I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm actually going to put a little notch in each peg so that the sort of the strap doesn't come off. I think that's going to work better. I'm just going to pop a scrap piece of wood underneath so that when the drill bit comes through all the way, I don't get any tear out from underneath, which can sometimes happen. Lovely. Oh, there's sawdust everywhere. Now that I've got that first hole drilled, I should probably just double check and make sure that this does actually fit in. Perfect. This is too long, so we're gonna have to cut it down. I should probably decide how far I want it to stick out, really, I suppose. I'm aiming to have this little strap here sort of be in a little bit of a hook. So I guess the dowels only need to come out like 10 centimeters at the most. I reckon even less, actually. I'm gonna go for 8. So then we go for 8 plus what we have already in there, which is 4. So we go for 12 centimeter pieces. I hate cutting round pieces. I don't even know why I'm trying to do it with that. If you're gonna do a job properly, wait, a tool? May as well do it with power tools. I can only assume this is gonna go very well indeed. Nailed it. It's not exactly the cleanest cut. I think I'm gonna try and clean it up a bit with a chisel. Ooh, a knife. Why is everything so much harder in the cold? That was stupid. It's a blunt knife anyway. Comes with a chisel. Not 100% sure that looks any better. Oops. Right, so I've got the dowel to the right size, and I've even chamfered the edges to make it all look pretty. But now we need to put a little notch in the end of here so that it actually holds the helmet and doesn't let it just slide off, because this might go in the van at some point. I mean, it probably won't, but it might do. You've got to cut a notch. You may have noticed I'm not a real woodworker. And just like that, the perfect notch. No is the answer. Simple and easy, no. That notch needs to be considerably bigger. Shit. I hope I didn't call this project quick and easy in the title. Bigger notch. Let's see if that works. Hey! Perfecto! I don't suppose you kind of want to watch me do another 2 of these, so let's go for a time lapse. I did cheat a little bit there. I used a jigsaw, but I'm still going to do this bit by hand. Perfection. So I've now got my 3 hooks cut out and I've only got 1 hole, so I need to drill the other holes and then I need to smash these in with a smidge of glue and we should be pretty much done. It's drilly time. Glorious. Right, now we come to the tricky decision. Do we glue these in or do we just sort of smack them in and hope that they stay? I think maybe just a smidge of glue on each one. They look like they're going to go in pretty snugly, but it'd be nice just to know that they're not going to come out. Little bit of glue. Ugh. No eating glue. Tappy tappy. This end one's gone in a bit on the wonk, and I also forgot that I needed to chamfer all the edges, so I'll do that now. We also just need to use some sawdust to get rid of all this glue. Finished! Now for the final test. Of course it works. Glorious. There we have it. That is my helmet rack. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do want to try it yourself, then definitely do it. It's super easy, and actually it made me feel way better than I did before. So yeah, if you're bored and you need somewhere to put your helmets, definitely make one. Or, you know, even if you don't need somewhere to put your helmets, still make one, because lockdown. Peace.